Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Danvat Pranam. Welcome everyone to Vani Amritvani program. His Grace Kaustubha Krishna Prabhuji will be giving his transcendental words of wisdom. His Grace Ram Kripadas Prabhuji will be reading the Nam Amrit, followed by Prabhupada quote, followed by Prabhupada Leela Amrit. Thereafter, Her Grace Rupavati Radha Mataji will be reciting the shlokas. Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam, welcome everyone. Ram Kripa Prabhuji, kindly unmute.
हरे कृष्ण उदंडवत प्रणाम। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada की जय। His Holiness गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। His Holiness भक्ति आश्रय वैष्णव स्वामी महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि His Grace शिक्षा गुरु रूप विलास प्रभु जी की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री नामामृत। Whether one chants knowingly or unknowingly, the holy name will free one from all reactions to sinful activities. The Vishnu Dutas to Divya Yamadutas. As fire burns dry grass to ashes, so the holy name of the Lord, whether chanted knowingly or unknowingly, burns to ashes without fail all the reactions of one's sinful activities. If a person unaware of the effective potency of a certain medicine takes that medicine or is forced to take it, it will act even without his knowledge because its potency does not depend on the patient's understanding. Similarly, even though one does not know the value of chanting the holy name of the Lord, if one chants knowingly or unknowingly, the chanting will be very effective. Fire will act regardless of whether handled by an innocent child or by someone well aware of its power. For example, if a field of straw or dry grass is set afire, either by an elderly man who knows the power of fire or by a child who does not, the grass will be burned into ashes. Similarly, one may or may not know the power of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, but if one chants the holy name, he will become free from all sinful reactions. In the Western countries, where the Hare Krishna movement is spreading, learned scholars and other thoughtful men are realizing its effectiveness. For example, Dr. J. Stilson Judah, a learned scholar, has been very much attracted to this movement because he has actually seen that it is turning hippies addicted to drugs into pure Vaishnavas who voluntarily become servants of Krishna and humanity. Even a few years ago, such hippies did not know the Hare Krishna mantra, but now they are chanting it and becoming pure Vaishnavas. Thus, they are becoming free from all sinful activities, such as illicit sex, intoxication, meat eating, and gambling. This is practical proof of effectiveness of the Hare Krishna movement, which is supported in this verse. One may or may not know the value of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, but if one somehow or the other chants it, he will immediately be purified, just as one who takes a potent medicine will feel its effect regardless of whether he takes it knowingly or unknowingly. Srimad Bhagavatam 6.2.18 and 19. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada quote, 23rd November. There is only one Guru, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So those who simply repeat his words, they also become Guru. But of course, the Guru never thinks himself as being God. He only thinks himself as the servant of servant, servant of the servant of the servant. Hare Krishna. Letter to Mr. and Mrs. Bhatia, November 23rd, 1975. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita. Our resolve must be back to Godhead. We make plans for the future, for peace among us, the nation, and for civil security at home. That is quite right enough, and it would be wrong to neglect it. But all our plans will come to shipwreck on the rock of human selfishness unless we turn to God. Back to God, that is the chief need of England and of every nation. He also quoted Sir Francis, young husband of Britain. Now that religion is everywhere attacked brutally, we look to India, the very home of religion, for a sign. And finally, he quoted Sir Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. This war, when it would be won, would prove to be the breeding ground of other war if the peace was not saved. It could happen only if powerful nations ceased to take pride and glory in their possessions, which were based on labor and tribute of other weak nations. This perhaps was that Sir Harcourt Butler meant when he said that the principles of Hinduism contained the essential elements of saving of world civilizations. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam. Bhagavad Gita 15.7. Mamevansho Jivaloke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Mam Shashtani Indrani Prakritsthani Prakritsthani Karshati. The living entity in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.13.35. इति व्यवसिता विप्रस्तस्य राग प्रजातये पुरोडाशं निरावपन् शिपि विस्तया विष्णवे. Translation. Thus, for the sake of a son, for King Ang, they decided to offer oblations to Lord Vishnu, who is situated in the heart of all living entities. CC Madhya 5.46. Ita sunni viprera chintita halamana ekanta bhave chinte vipra gopala charana. Translation. When the elderly Brahmana heard this, his mind became very much agitated, feeling helpless. He simply turned his attention to the lotus feet of Gopala. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Shri Radharas Bihari ki jai, Shri Shri Lalita Sakhi Vishakha ki jai, Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Bhakta Naman ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baldesh Bhadra Maya ki jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Morning Japa program ki jai, Amritvani ki jai, Samasta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. In Amritvani, still the story of Ajamil is continued, where Ajamil knowingly or unknowingly, even though he called his son, whose name was Narayan, and that was offenselessly, immediately the Vishnu Dutas, they landed and prevented Yamadutas from taking Ajamil to hell. And now there is a discussion going on between Vishnu Dutas and Yamdutas. Examples are given here that the power of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is like compared to the fire and also to the medicines. Here it is explained that the fire will burn anything, whether you do put your hand knowingly or unknowingly. And therefore they said that if the small fire is put in grass, dry grass, immediately it start burning the entire field. Similarly, if a child puts the hand in the fire will burn it. It will not say that, oh, he has done it innocently, so it will not burn. It has to be. Similarly, when we take the medicines, when they are prescribed by a doctor, and if we take the medicine knowingly, also it will show the same effect. But when a person is unconscious and the medicine is given to him, that medicine also shows the effect. And therefore, we should know that the power of chanting is so much that whether it is chanted knowingly or unknowingly, its effect is there, that it burns all the sinful reactions. And therefore, it has been advised that we should keep on chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, but then avoiding all the 10 offenses, so that we are able to get pure from the reactions of sinful reactions and get our heart purified. So when we keep on chanting, our heart gets purified, and ultimately the door for liberation opens. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Here, Prabhupada, he says that the Guru and Krishna, they are just like two tracks for a train, similar, but still Guru is not the God. Even though he speaks the same words, what Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadeshanti te jnanam jnanina tattva darshana. The Guru has seen the tattva, importance of Lord, and how to go to Lord. So similarly, he says in this verse, but still the Guru considers himself to be the servant of the servant of the servant. And we should also always think like that. We should not think that because we have some little knowledge about spirituality, so we become God. No, even though the God is within our heart, but still we are his servants. Hare Krishna. In Lila Amrita, Prabhupada says that because the war is going on, and the stronger nations have been trying to capture the weaker nations, and so many people are being killed. So ultimately, they look at India, its religion and its culture, so that the only peace can come, or we can go to back to Godhead, only if we follow the rules and regulations of Hinduism. Hare Krishna. Next. In this Bhagavad Gita shloka, of course, 15.7, Lord Krishna, while speaking to Arjuna, he says, Mamaivansho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana manashasthani indriyani prakriti sthani karsati. All these humans are the particles, part and particles of mind. But because they wanted to enjoy personally, so they were sent on the earth, and they are struggling here hard with the six senses, which includes the mind also. And ultimately, of course, they should realize that they have to come back to Golok. Hare Krishna. Translation, please. Now here, ultimately, the Brahmanas decided to perform a yajna so that King Anga can get a son. That is Putra. It's called as a Putrati yajna, in which the yajna is performed, and ultimately from that, like it happened in Ramayana, Maharaja Dashrath, he wanted to have the children, that is the son, and he performed that yajna, and from that yajna a kalash had come with the milk which was given to the queens. Similarly, in this case, King Anga is trying to get the son, and the yajna is being performed. Hare Krishna. In Sisi Amrita, now when elderly Brahman, he saw that there is so much opposition from his family for not getting his daughter married to the poor Brahmana. And they advised him that, okay, you don't refuse, but you say that you have forgotten the vachan which he had given to the old Brahman. But then still, the old Brahman is very much sad in his mind, and he's looking at the lotus feet of Lord Gopal for some advice. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram